Welcome to Cron Mastery, 12 short lessons to take you from never having touched a cron tab to confidently shipping jobs that just work at 3 in the morning on a Sunday. Cron is old, it's free, it's running on practically every Linux box on the planet, and the whole thing is really just 5 little fields: minute, hour, day of month, and day of week. That's the entire mystery. Over the next 11 lessons, we'll turn those 5 fields into real, reliable automation, starting from zero, no prior knowledge assumed. So, who is this series actually for? If you've ever copy-pasted a cron line off Stack Overflow and just hoped it would fire at the right time, you're exactly who I had in mind. Total beginners, Linux learners coming off the basics, devs tired of running nightly tasks by hand, sysadmins who inherited a server full of broken jobs. You're all in the right place. What you'll get is hands-on from minute one, real cron tab, real logs, plain English, and a mental model so the syntax stops looking like Morse code. So before we touch a single command, let's frame what cron actually is, in one screen. It's the quiet scheduler that runs the internet's chores. First written in 1975 for Unix v7 by Brian Kernighan, it ships on basically every Linux distribution out there, costs you nothing, and the entire syntax fits into just 5 fields. By slide 7, you'll already know them. No license, no SaaS bill, no upgrade to Pro Wall, just a tiny, ancient, dependable tool that's been waiting on your machine the whole time. Here's the whole road ahead on a single page. We start with the mental model and your very first job, then crack open the 5 fields, step values and ranges, and who really owns which cron tab on your system. From there, it gets real. The environment trap that breaks half of all cron jobs, logging, idempotency and locking, anacron for laptops, system timers as the modern alternative, and finally shipping actual projects with proper monitoring. 12 self-contained decks. Binge them in a weekend or sip one a week. No deadlines, just a clear path from zero to production. Every lesson follows the same 6-step rhythm. So once you've done one, you've done them all. We open with what you'll learn, then a 1-sentence mental model, then you type 3 to 5 cron tab lines and watch them fire. After that comes the deeper why. What the demon is actually doing while you sleep, a printable cheat sheet, and 3 practice jobs to schedule on your own machine. And the golden rule, type the commands yourself. Reading isn't learning. Cron tab is the lab. So what do you actually need to follow along? Honestly, almost nothing. Any Linux machine will do. A VM, an old laptop, a Raspberry Pi, even a free cloud tier. If you're on Mac OS, you're fine too. Cron has shipped with the system for years, and we'll call out the 1 or 2 spots where it diverges from Linux. Open a terminal, and you're already at the starting line. So let's actually do it. Run crontab-e to open your personal cron file, drop in 5 stars followed by date, appended to a log in your home directory, save, and walk away for 90 seconds. Come back, cat the log, and you'll see 2 timestamps, proof that cron ran without you. When you're done playing, crontab-L shows what's scheduled, and crontab-R wipes it clean. No undo on that last one, so look before you leap. Now that you've seen cron actually fire, here's the framing that makes everything else click. 5 mindset shifts, and the syntax stops fighting you. Cron is a demon quietly watching the clock. You don't run it, it runs you. The fields are positional, so the 3rd star is always day of month, never just decoration. Cron runs in a stripped-down shell with no path and no home. Logging is on you because email goes nowhere, and idempotency matters more than correctness, because a backup that runs twice and corrupts the archive is worse than one that simply skipped. Quick reality check before we go deeper. When people say cron, they often mean one of 4 different things. Classic cron is where we live for the next 8 lessons. Vixicron or Crony, the default on every server. Anacron handles laptops that sleep through their schedule. System timers are the modern, more verbose alternative we'll cover in Lesson 10, and AT is for one-off jobs. Run this once, tomorrow at 9, then forget it. Same mental model underneath, so learn one well and the rest fall into place. Now, before we touch a single cron tab, let's name the fears out loud, because every beginner has them. You won't break the server from your user cron tab. The syntax feels alien for about an hour, then never again. Double runs have a 3-line fix coming in Lesson 8. Logs vanish until Lesson 7 teaches you to pin them down. And no, you're not an ops person yet. But cron is exactly how you become one. None of these are real problems. They just feel real on day one. So here's the promise. 12 lessons from now, you'll read any 5-field expression on site, schedule jobs that survive reboots, debug silent failures in minutes, pin your logs, prevent overlaps, and know exactly when to reach for system timers instead. In return, we keep it real. No filler, no cargo-culted snippets, only schedules you'd actually run on a live server. Your end of the deal? Type along. Every example, on your own machine. The cron tab is the lab. So that's the welcome out of the way. 12 lessons, 30 minutes each, real cron tab practice, 0 prior knowledge assumed. That's the whole deal. Now close this deck, open a terminal, and run crontab-E. When you're ready, Lesson 01 is waiting. What cron actually is. The daemon, the file, and the mental model that ties it all together. See you there.